Look, would it help if I slow it down for you? I didn't order the pizza.
Is this 7348 Red Ledge Drive? Are you Mr. Merchant?
The Mr. Merchant who didn't order the fucking pie.
Then who placed the call?
I did. Pineapple and olive? Sweet and salty.
The fuck are you? The fuck you doing in my crib?
Is it burnt crust?
God, I hope not.
Oh man, look. If this is about that poker game, I told Howie. I told him about that. Look, just take whatever you want.
Thanks.
Sir, before you do anything to him, do you mind if I get a big tip?
Jeremy, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wade Wilson. That is a no-go on the Tipperoo, Jer. I'm not here for him. I'm here for you.
Oh. Okay, wow, I dodged a big-time bullet on that one.
Not out of the woods yet. You need to seriously ease up on the bedazzling. They're jeans, not a chandelier. Yes, I'm keeping your wallet. You did kind of give it to me.
Okay, just look, man, can I have my Sam's
I
card?
will shoot your fucking cat.
I don't really know what that means. I don't have a cat.
Then whose kitty litter did I just shit in? Anywho, tell me something. What situation isn't improved by pizza? Do you happen to know a Megan Orflowski? Getting that right? Orflowski? Orlovsky? Yeah? Good. Because she knows you. Jeremy, I belong to a group of guys who take a dime to beat a fella down. And little Megan, she's not made of money, but lucky for her, I got a soft spot.
I'm...
A stalker. Threats hurt, Jer. Though not nearly as badly as serrated steel. So keep away from Megan. Cool?
Yes, sir.
Then we're done.
Wait, we are?
No, we're totally done.
You should have seen your face.
I don't know what to do. I was so scared.
Soft spot, remember?
Leave it book in her general direction again, and you will learn in the worst of ways that I have some hard spots, too. That came out wrong. Or did it?
The Lolberts, that's our word, brought to you by El Pollo Loco, the lunch that keeps on giving. No rights reserved, but all mights reserved. And I'm here with the sumo sexual himself, Steve Miller, and I'm Jim Jesus. How are you, Steve?
Ahoy, I'm wonderful. How are you?
A whole lot better now that your internet's working. We're going to try this again.
Yeah, it was a little rough go in the beginning, but...
Yeah, I should probably release the 10 or whatever minutes that we did before then as Patreon content bonus. And that won't count as a day. Since I'm doing podcasts every day, I'm not going to count that one as a day. That one's just going to be a bonus. So you're going to get a 2 for today.
It's a little bonus. You can hear me fizzle out for free.
Yeah.
Of course, that's pretty much any podcast I'm on. You can just hear me vocal fry and just hear the steady decline. Yeah, my entire life was a slow motion 9/11. No big deal.
Yeah. What were we talking about for the 10 minutes? Should we recap or just let it bear? Oh, let's talk about pizza in Delaware, because you're like, hi, I'm in Delaware. And
indeed. A very timely Wayne's World reference.
I can't get enough of it. Like anytime someone
get off the tracks,
Delaware,
everyone. The topical train's coming through.
Every time I hear Delaware, I just think, hi, I'm in Delaware. It's my favorite. I used to love that when I was a kid. I watched that movie. I should not have probably watched that movie as a kid, but I did, and it was great. I don't think my parents were particularly happy about me watching that movie with all the sexual references that were in it. But anyways, apparently you can get decent pizza there, correct?
You can get decent pizza there. Some of the best pizza I had was actually from the pizza oven where I work, and because they make their own dough, etc. But there was this one that won the Best Pizza in Delaware award, which was voted on. So we know that you can always trust democracies. So I went down there, and it was in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, which has a reputation as being a town rife with homosexuals. And I homosexually went down there with my gay life partner. We pranced into their little pizza shop. We gaily ate their pizza, and it was okay. Like it was very A minus pizza, but not A plus, which was what I was hoping for with the Best in Delaware award. But you have to remember, like, Delaware is the size of some counties, certain places, you know? So, yeah, there's 85 people here.
I think the metro area of Las Vegas is larger than all of Delaware. I think it's like 2 Delawares.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's very...
Yeah. Security's pretty loose. You don't have cops all over the place. You don't, it's pretty chill.
But there is a Joe Biden, so watch your kids.
Nice. He's never here.
But yeah, and then I mentioned that, well, you're not that far from Philly. You're still not that far from Philly, correct?
25 minutes.
Okay, that's not too far. That's like driving on the other side of the Vegas metro. Like, it would probably...
Oh, there's parts of Philly that would take longer to get to. My friend Eric Todd, who's probably listening to this, shout out Eric Todd. He lives 45 minutes from my house in Kensington, and he's still within the Philadelphia city limits, because if you look at a map of Philadelphia, there's a very far northeast section of it, and that's where all the building trades folk live. And it's a lot of plumbers and union electricians and folks who love the Eagles and also getting drunk and fighting. And they've got what's called the Philly accent. And yeah, if I do move away from the area, it will be to avoid the wretched sound that is Philly accent.
Pointing out that people like the Eagles and like to drink and get in fights, that's kind of redundant. I think that's already implied.
There's a typology, though. It's like when these people are portrayed in the media, this is where they all live. It's not in South Philadelphia, which is what people normally say. South Philadelphia is generally hipsters now. It's been very priced up. It's pretty gentrified. But Northeast Philly is still kind of like it's not quite a suburb, but it feels very suburban. There's a lot of box stores, and yeah, there are a lot of neighborhood bars, neighborhood cops. A lot of cops barns. And a lot of police bars where like all the cops are hanging out, drinking, having a cold one with the guys.
Where do they do the Philly taco?
What's that? Like a murder wrapped in some heroin?
Philly taco apparently is like one of their giant slices of pizza with a Philly cheesesteak in it, and then they wrap the pizza around
sounds like a sex
taco.
act.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like some sort of weird gay sex act involving fecal matter.
There was a comedian when I started doing comedy in Philly. There was a comedian named Evan Mars who has since retired from comedy and got divorced. And he wrote a book called Dirty Sanchez Nation, and the entire book was sex acts, like slang for sex acts, taken from the internet, and then with illustrations that he didn't make. So pretty much all he did for this book was take definitions from the internet and put them in a book, and then got someone to draw them. And
that's work.
He acted like he had written War and Peace when he discussed it.
That's man. I still got to give credit where credit's due. If you can compile all of those, and then have someone illustrate it for you, I think that counts. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to give credit where credit's due. Maybe he didn't do the work specifically, but he did a monumental task of collecting them, curating them, and having them illustrated.
Not to go all new agey on you, but that's a pretty low vibration of creativity.
Are we going to need some sex creative organite for him?
Yeah, like you need crystals, you need to align your creative chakras, and you need to, do what needs to be done.
Join the Zeitgeist movement.
Yep.
Yeah. So, forgot where I was going with that. Oh no, but you're from Cleveland, so you guys got the Cleveland steamer. That's pretty.
You mispronounced it. It's pronounced Believeland.
Believeland, the Believeland steamer.
We have the Cleveland steamer, and we have the Cleveland Strangler, who was a underrated serial killer. He was a former Marine, and he killed prostitutes and kept them in the walls of his house. And he lived next door to a sausage factory, and when his house started to smell, everybody just blamed the sausage factory, because they're like, oh well, it's meat, it be stankin', and that's that. Mm-hmm. And then this prostitute he brings her back to his place one day. He like starts to attack her. She gets away. On her way out, she sees a body with no head on it. Is like, what the fuck? Runs out of his house completely naked. Runs to the Cleveland police station. Says like, yo, I was just with this John. He tried to attack me. Yeah, he tried to attack me. I ran out of the house. I see this body with no head on it, and the police are like, "Ma'am, have you been smoking crack today?" And she said, "Yes, I have." And they said, "Get the fuck out of our police station." And he goes and he murders like 10 more women. Then they find this exact body, like that this woman had talked about with no head on it. She testifies in the trial. Her testimony is great. It's on YouTube. It's in the Anthony Sowell trial, if you want to look it up. And she's this black woman, and she constantly invokes God the entire time throughout her testimony. She's like, and he tried to attack me, but he didn't know he was dealing with a child of the living God. She's like, I got away from him. She's like, and I ain't smoked crack since that day. Yada 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 yada. But yeah, she's great. She's a Cleveland hero, and he got the death penalty. Cleveland Strangler. So, yep.
So yep. So there's apparently I need to go to Delaware. I'm not going to Delaware, man. I love it here in Vegas too much. I don't ever want to leave. So you want me to go to Delaware and open a proper pizzeria where proper pizza is made?
Indeed.
Yeah. Because Philly's too much of a drive for decent pizza, and
taxation is theft.
And taxation is theft. Well, there's a lot less theft going on around here. It's a pretty
no.
state.
If I go to a pizzeria in Philadelphia, they will. This is what happens. You go in. You're like, hey, I would like. Let's say I'd like 2 pizzas and. God forbid you say you want soda, because there's a special tax for soda. But let's say you get soda.
Jesus.
Not only will they charge you for the stuff, the cashier pulls out a fully loaded revolver, puts it to the temple of your head, and says, "I need the sales tax right now." And that's how they collect sales tax in Pennsylvania. It's not a libertarian podcast. It's true.
Yeah. I don't know about all that, but but yeah, Vegas is a pretty business friendly state, and I could if I put a couple of video poker machines into the bar table, people can just stay there all night and smoke, and it's great.
And eat pizza. What's the sales tax in Nevada?
It's Nevada. One, fuck you. It's Nevada. Okay, well, I'm not in the Sierra Nevadas. Okay, we're in Nevada. The sales tax, I think it's roughly about 8%. I think 8.25%. Yeah, but I think
wow, triggering.
If I open up, the plan is I want to open like up a synthwave themed bar, so there's going to be lots of neon lights and synthwave music playing. Synthwave, for those of you who don't know, it's the same kind of music that starts off this podcast. That's pretty much what I use. So like lots of neon lights, kind of very, very darkly lit, palm trees and that sort of thing. And of course the bathrooms I'm going to decorate like all vaporwave. So there's going to be like
a place
Roman
where fat
busts.
women go to have sex with a minor league baseball player. That's what you want to open.
Marble flooring, pink walls, and it's just going to endlessly loop. God damn it, what's his name? Macintosh Plus. I don't know the name of the song because it's in Japanese. Something 420. It just endlessly. That's what and of course like fake little fern trees in there.
Your fake ferns.
Yeah, and like pictures of dolphins jumping, that sort of thing. But it's just going to have like this little hole in the wall, like literally a hole in the wall where you can go up and say like, hey, I want pizza, and I'll be back there making pizza. That's how it's going to work. It's not going to be a restaurant. Like you have to come get your pizza when it's done. No waitresses.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all, and that's all you're going to get. Like, oh, you want meatballs? Too bad. We don't do meatballs here. We only do pizzas. Oh, you want a salad? Tough shit.
Tough titties.
Yeah, go next door where they serve salad and bring it in.
Yeah, you could go to Salad Alley for that. This isn't
Yeah.
Salad Alley. This is. Yeah.
I'll make you a salad, but there's going to be a Caesar salad and there's going to be anchovies in it. That's how I feel about it. Anchovies are amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
You could have.
Yep, that's pretty much what I want to do. And if I do that, then I can get around a lot of the kind of the loopholes and stuff about having a restaurant. But I don't think that really exists because there's lots of places that are bars you can smoke in and they serve food. But I don't know what the laws are. I still have to do some digging and stuff, and of course, get a loan, write a business plan, all that jazz. But that's many years down the line until I'm like proficient enough making pizza in my oven, and then opening up the bar and then spending 2 months like in the back behind this hole in the wall which will be closed, and just sitting there making pizzas for a solid 2 months for like me and my friends, which I don't think anybody in my friend group is going to complain about free pizza until I get like everything down where I'm making it consistently, know all my recipes inside and out, get very good at just making them correctly. That's when I'll be like, all right, I think I'm ready. We're going to open up shop. And there's not going to be any grand opening. I'm just going to like tweet it out. Oh, we're open for business now. Like, I know you've been following us for like pictures of awesome looking pizzas, but now you can actually buy them. We're ready. No grand opening. Just lift up the curtains on the hole in the wall and that's it. Probably like go out to people who are just there drinking and be like, hey, you like pizza? Are you cool with anchovies? There, try this. Like, hey, you like pizza? Are you cool with this? All right, try this. That's kind of the plan. So someday, soon.
Yeah, I feel that. Are you cool with anchovies is kind of like asking someone if they would date someone of another race where they feel like they should answer yes out of fear of being judged, but they would really answer no if like in their heart of hearts.
Yeah.
But they'll tell the truth if you put a real live anchovy in front of their face and they see its little face staring back at them like, oh, hey, like, help me.
Anchovies don't have faces on them. Come on. Not for the pizzas. No,
yeah, that song "Eyes Without a Face" was about anchovies.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm sort of bearing the lead a little bit because I've been like really getting back into pizza again, and I get a copy of the Pizza Bible. I want to get like a physical copy of the book, which is like $25. And it's by this guy named Tony Gismavali. I don't know. He may even makes his own flour. This guy's like a world champion pizza maker. He started out like. You know how like speaking of vaping, we got my mouth fedora going. You know how like there's like mouth fedora like competitions, right?
Yeah, cloud
so
blowing
cringy.
competitions.
Yeah, it's super cringy.
Shout out to Paul Gordon.
What? I don't want to know. I really don't want to know.
He's a champion cloud blower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I guess they have the same thing, but for people who like toss pizzas around and they like do tricks and spin pizza dough around. And he was like a champion at that, and they banned him because he was too good. And so he's like, all right, now I'm going to figure out how to make pizza so that way I can still.
That sounds like his side of the story.
Yeah. He probably cheated.
He was groping.
So they banned him for being too good because he did win a bunch of championships in it. So he's like, if I can't compete in that, I'm going to compete in making quality pizzas because there are championships for that, like world-renowned ones too. And so
I'm going to be the Golden State Warriors of pizza.
Yeah. And so now he's the Golden State Warriors of pizza, and he wrote a book on telling you how to do it. And I just basically pretended like I didn't know anything about making pizza, and like my pizzas went from about like a 4. Like maybe 4 out of 10 to like 8, maybe 9 out of 10. And everybody I've served them to has been like, holy shit, Jim! Like your pizza game really fucking stepped up. So I'm like, oh shit. So still practicing, still working on it, working out all the kinks, and there's still kinks to work out. But
who would have thought that you of all people would come to believe the Bible?
Yeah. So I'm now a Pizzaiollo. I still don't know how to say that fucking word, but I mean, I just learned how to say Neapolitan. Damn it.
His name is Judge Napolitano.
Yeah. Neapolitano. Judge Neapolitano pizza. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And I'm getting better at it. So, yeah, there's that.
This isn't pizza recovery. Oh, I'm trying to, day by day.
No.
Make my pizza a little better.
No, I'm the reverse. I'm a willing addict. It's not an addiction unless you go to meetings, I guess. So, I'm a heroin connoisseur.
It's got to be quality.
It's got to be quality. I ain't fucking around with that black tar shit. That's to 1995.
Somebody found a bag of heroin in Old City, Philadelphia, right by where I do my ghost tours, and it tested positive for fentanyl. So shouts to Philadelphia.
But it's fentanyl.
Oh, really? That's what
Yeah.
killed Michael. That's the really bad shit
Oh,
that's
that's
going
the
around.
that's a super heroin.
That's what killed Michael Jackson. That's what killed Prince. Yeah, they all had fentanyl. And you do even just a little bit too much and you are dead.
Yeah.
And there was this woman we thought was all going to overdose named I think her name was Margie, and she sat in the middle of the road. She was in a wheelchair. She was in the military, and she was a big doper, and like would do heroin every day. And we're like, oh man, we're just waiting until she overdoses. And then, surprise, surprise, she didn't overdose. She was instead killed by a drunk driver. So, yeah, life has a way of surprising you sometimes.
Every dark cloud has a silver lining. Am I right?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I think she's getting a mural though, which is the ultimate like ghetto memorial if you get your own mural. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But by the way, I should say congratulations. I heard that that it was a big victory for you in the Supreme Court recently.
Indeed.
Yeah, and we're not talking about gay marriage. That's old news. Because clearly you went and argued it. What was the joke?
Yep. Okay. So in 2015, when the Supreme Court legalized gay marriage, I was not in any sort of relationship. I had not expressed any like intent to get married. All the people knew was that, I was into dudes. And they came up and they congratulated me on the Supreme Court legalizing gay marriage. One, like as if I like automatically cared. Two, as if I'd like argued the case myself. Like I hadn't done anything. Like, hey, like, congrats on the case. And I'm like, my briefcase? But today, big victory because they legalized sports gambling. And lo and behold, nothing. Nobody walks up to me. Yeah, Jim was the only person. Jim's the only one who cared.
Yeah.
Who said to me, big victory in the court today, Steve. Way to go. The brief you filed was amazing. I read it myself, etc.
Yeah.
So
when are you two going down to the sports book and putting down some futures?
right now, I'm actually bringing up lines for the South Korean baseball organization where the games will be going on at 5:30 a.m. Eastern time. So that's about 12 hours from when we're recording this, and that's 2:30 a.m. your time. And the current lines as they stand, so in Korea, the teams are named after the sponsor of the team. The naming rights to the team they just sell. So a lot of them were Korean corporations. You might notice like Kia has the Tigers. Nexon has the Heroes. Kia's favorite in that one. SK was the telephone company. The Wyverns versus the Doosan Bears. The Bears are favorite in that one. I love the Doosan Bears. The LG Twins, who won last year.
Okay, so instead of having the city name, then it's the corporation name.
It's the sponsor, and they play Samsung, and that game is basically a pick'em tonight. And then you have Hanwha, who I think makes trains, and then you have KT Wiz. That that game has an over under of 10. So these games are pretty high scoring. They hit a lot of home runs. The parks are a little smaller. The pitching's a lot worse. And when you get they're allowed a certain number of foreign players per team, and it's pretty easy to spot the foreign players. And when they go over there, they tend to dominate because it's generally like about AA minor league level if you're familiar with American baseball. So the players with any amount of major league experience go over there, and the pitchers look like Cy Young. The hitters like hit, just an ungodly number of home runs. So it's important to check these lineups, see who's playing where.
So which one was Michael Jordan in when he played baseball for like 5 weeks?
He was in AA, and he did not do very well.
No.
And he was suspended from the league for gambling is one of the leading theories on the topic. This is one of the conspiracy theories that he had to take a break from basketball because they caught him gambling on basketball, and he had a bunch of gambling debts that he wasn't paying, and they murdered his dad, etc.
So that explains Space Jam. Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you don't understand. Like the reason why I went back to basketball and had to quit baseball is because I was in space playing basketball with Bugs Bunny. This is clearly what happened. Don't believe the lies. Right?
No, that's ignorant. No, don't believe that. Their hearts are made of doo-doo.
Y'all ignorant.
Oh, okay. So this is a tough game to handicap tonight. So the game I wanted to give as my official pick for Lolberts listeners was Samsung versus LG. And Samsung has an American pitcher, Edelman, on the mound. But LG has this champion named Cha Woo-chan, whom I love. Love me some Cha Woo-chan. So in that game, we're going to go with the under at 10.5. That's going to be the official play. That will be the first legal sports bet that I ever cast. So here we are, and just the confirmation here. And this bet isn't even in the U.S. because my sports book is offshore, but whatever. I'm making the bet in the U.S. and it's legal. And here we go with the under in Korean baseball. Boom, 10.5. So
congratulations.
If you want to get up early or stay up late and watch that game, you can find Korean baseball games on thank God Raul's not here. You could find Korean baseball games on a Korean app called Naver, Naver. You have to download it, and then the app itself is in Korean, and you have to run it through Google Translate to figure out what's what, and it's very obnoxious. But if you dig far enough and you run enough things through Google Translate, you'll find sports. Or you could just run sports through Google Translate, and then you'll see the little combination of dots and circles and lines that corresponds with what it is on your app. You hit that, and then eventually the logos are the same, so you'll see the logo for Samsung versus LG. But yeah, the experience of watching Korean baseball right now is the experience of buying Bitcoin in 2011. It was just this very insane complicated process.
So when you bet, is it all in Korean as well? If they Google Translate your betting?
No.
Or they're American?
They're Costa Rican, but yeah,
Okay.
It's all in English.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did one sports. You know what? I'm kicking myself right now because I thought there's no way the Golden Knights are going to go and win the Stanley Cup the first year. I'll be surprised if they win their first game, and already they're fucking dominating. Granted, this next round where they're playing the Winnipeg, they fucking lost their first game in that round. But I have hope. But I really wished I bought a futures on that thing because it was oh, I forgot what the odds were, but it was insane. If I bet $1, I would have walked away with a couple grand.
Oh man, let me tell you, there is no sweeter passive aggressive revenge as a podcast host upon the comic book people than sitting here and just doing a lengthy segment on sports gambling. Let me tell you. And let me give you another tip now that sports gambling is legal, everybody. Bet the under a bunch. So these things called totals on a game where it's the combined total of both teams. In basketball, it's normally in the 200 range. In baseball, it's normally in the 7 to 9 range, depending. In hockey, it's normally in 5 to 7, and it's the combined total for both teams. Most people bet the over, so the casinos tend to need the under, and often it'll be a pretty high number that they have to cover in order to get the over. And So betting the under normally represents a fairly good value. So don't be afraid of betting the under and then just rooting for nothing to happen.
All right.
I used to go to 76ers games, and I would scream bloody murder every time the refs called a foul on anybody, because I knew that was so bad for my under. I'd be like, no, like, you're out of your mind, blah blah blah. But in seats that I paid like $3 for. So, because when they were shitty, nobody in Philadelphia went to their games. But yeah, that was where I really got my feet wet as a gambler, was betting on the shitty 76ers.
All right, so I know what I'm doing tonight. There's a game tonight, isn't there? The
The Houston Rockets versus Golden State.
No, I'm talking about
you should take Houston. That's another free pick for you folks.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in the regular schmo public betting on Golden State.
I'm going to put that in now. So I'm putting the under in on Houston, right?
I take the under in that. What's the number right now? Is it still in the 220-ish range? See what you can get. A lot of this bullshit is playing the numbers. So if I hear that the number is going to be higher or lower than I expected, that I'm totally fine with switching sides and being like, all right, well, I guess we're taking the over now, because.
Yeah. So it's not going to be until 1700. What is that?
It's not going to be until what?
Until 5 o'clock Pacific.
5 o'clock. So yeah. It's 8 o'clock.
Plenty.
Well, and NBA games are notorious for being late too. So
this is hockey.
15 minutes past that. But yeah,
I'm talking about the hockey game that's playing. So I'm probably going to bet the under on that one. I don't know. The first game was 6. I don't know if that counted. I don't know what the over under on that is. But
6.5. That's pretty standard for a hockey game. So
what's your
in playoffs?
So rank your expanded universe, your baseball expanded universe teams in order, and we'll compare lists.
So
for an hour.
Okay. So some serious degenerate shit that I bet on. I will completely confess to betting on all of the following in my life. In tennis, the elections in Jamaica. I got the right wing party plus 7 points, and they wound up winning outright. It was a really great victory. The 2016 election, I had a lot of money on Trump. That I'd bought like a long time ago before Trump was going to be the nominee. It was just like Republican to win the election, because I was like, oh man, a lot of people really, really don't like Hillary, and whoever's going to be the Republican nominee has a shot. Had I known it would have been Trump, I might have backed off, but thank God it was just a bet like that.
Oh, did we lose Steve? Or did I think
spelling beat shit.
Oh, I think that was a server hiccup. That was not even your problem this time. That was a straight server hiccup.
Be of Indian or Pakistani descent.
Right.
Because
go ahead and say that all over again, because we had a server hiccup. It actually was not your fault this time. Yeah.
Might be hiccuping again. Okay, sure. Yes. So I have bet on the spelling bee, the Scripps Howard National Spelling Bee. And they used to have a prop about whether the winner would be Indian or not. About whether
Wow, that's racist.
Yeah, and people complained, so they wound up taking it down. I've bet on the hot dog eating competition. I normally bet every year. I normally take. So
the
last
Asian
year I got
people. Always take the Asian people.
There aren't that many good Asian eaters.
Really?
Matt Stoney is kind of the best, and he's, I think, half Filipino. He's not full Asian even. Matt Stoney's got a great YouTube channel. Great pro eater.
I've seen him.
Tim Janis.
That's what I was saying. Normally every time I've ever seen anybody win hot dog eating champions, it's always like a skinny Asian dude.
No, Joey Chestnut, one of the all-time greats, is dominating the sport right now. So, I've bet on pro wrestling. Things that are scripted.
That's like betting on who's going to die in an Avengers movie. But by the way, if you bet on that, you won big.
Game of Thrones. Who will be on the throne by the end of the season? Raul, help me out with that one. Yeah, there's just so many props that they have. The price of Bitcoin, definitely bet on that. Took the over at 2,500 for end of 2017. That cashed. Would have done a lot better had I just kept it in Bitcoin, but whatever.
Yeah, I remember when the 2016 election, going back to that, like when the 2016, someone was like, you should bet on Hillary Clinton if you think she's going to win, and I was like, well, no, I don't gamble. And then I was like thinking, because this was before I actually started gambling. Like, I still don't gamble, but now I'm starting to dabble a little bit in sports. But I was thinking, like, no, if I was going to bet, I wouldn't bet on Hillary. I'd bet a couple bucks on Donald Trump, because that's the smarter play, because that's the one with the better odds. And I could bet like a lower bet, and if I lose, it's like, what? So what? It was $10 whatever I want to bet. But if I win, then it's home run. But I could it's completely disposable cash. That if I was going to do that, I could be like, oh, well, no problem.
I have some futures bets in on some long shot Democrats in 2020. Like I've like Hickenlooper, who's the governor of Colorado. I got it 100-1. I got a couple of these people in for 2020. I took Pocahontas at I think 28-1.
You think she's going to lose her seat? You think that's a long shot? She's a long shot now?
No, I just felt 28-1 was really good odds. That
she would lose?
No, that she would become president in 2020.
Oh, wow. You know what?
I think it's a long shot, but I think it's a better than 28-1 long shot.
It's a long shot, but then again, me predicting politics, I'm out. I don't do that
and that's the other. And the other thing is that
I don't predict elections. I'll predict what they're going to do when they get in office, and I'm pretty accurate about that. Yeah.
Well, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
The exact same thing.
Yeah.
But
it's easy.
The thing about getting Pocahontas at 28-1 or even Hickenlooper at 100-1 is that's a bet you can hedge out of. If either of those people becomes the nominee, then you can bet on Trump, possibly as an underdog, and then you're making money on either bet, no matter who wins.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because whoever's going to run, I guarantee their odds are going to be higher running against Trump, because they're going to assume like, oh, he's got bad approval ratings, and they're going to completely discount that he's an incumbent. And people usually vote for incumbents, but I don't know. So
my advice to you
is to put her out again.
Are you listening to this? Hey, hi.
Oh, now that is a server error again. Try that again. I'm going to blame the server on that one this time. Oh, you are trying. You are trying to say this again. Yeah, I can completely guarantee that is the server. That is not you this time.
You are not the server.
Yeah. I'm going to try moving the server again. Let's move you to... Let's try Central again, because I usually have good hopes on that. This one usually works for my... Okay, so let's try this again. I'm not going to edit this out. Okay, try that again.
Try that again. Okay, so my advice to you as a noob sports gambler, or anybody listening to this who's a noob sports gambler, is to get really into some sport that not a lot of people are into, but that they have betting markets up for. Yeah. So if you like basketball, don't start... Like betting NBA is kind of okay, especially if you're doing totals. It's fun, it's great, it's on TV. But WNBA is way better, and it's in the summer, and you can normally get a lot of value on some of these teams in the WNBA. WNBA is exciting to watch. Watch small colleges, so you can get these games online. You get these small Division I schools. There might be some in your area. So here in Delaware, we have Delaware State, which is a historically black school. They play Howard. They play, I think, Grambling State. They play a lot of these other schools in the area, and those games are great. Go there live in person, whatever. But yeah, the smaller markets often have a lot of value. NASCAR, golf.
NASCAR is a small betting market.
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Not a lot of people are betting NASCAR. No.
I thought turn left would be super popular in the South, but I don't know. There's not a lot of
not as much as you think.
Casinos out there.
Nope.
And they haven't figured out the internet yet. Oh, shots fired.
Ooh, diss.
Shots fired. Sorry, ANCAP barbershop. You're the only one with internet out there, as far as I can tell. Oh, and Dave Painter.
Yeah, bless his grind.
Yeah, bless his grind. Bless his dear soul. Oh, bless his soul. So yeah, is hockey, would that count? Hockey's not that popular in the U.S.
Hockey's pretty heavily bet on. Now, if you can get into college hockey, but that's oftentimes very hard to find lines on. There's
Vegas, I'm sure.
Not a ton of books offering college hockey. You're just as likely to find minor league hockey than you are college hockey or foreign.
Well, I know before we got our team in Vegas, we got our team triggered. I'm just triggered a bunch of people. Before
you got a mouse that owns
team,
an NHL team in your pocket?
Pretty much. The thing was the Rebels. That's what everybody watched out here. So this is possible. It's possible.
Esports is popular to bet on now. That's the hot thing.
I do not know anything about that realm. By the way, I just think it's funny that like you had like I knew my mother used to tell me like, stop playing video games, it's gonna rot your mind, nothing good is ever gonna come of that. And now we got kids that are like professional video game players that are making more than like one day than I do an entire year. So fuck you, Mom. Should have defooed you.
Happy Mother's Day from the Lolberts.
Happy Mother's Day from the Lolberts. No, I'm kidding. She's great.
I should have defooed you.
Yeah, I should have defooed you for telling me to stop playing Mario. Bitch. No, I love my mom. She's great. How would you know?
Okay, we've got an interesting prop up right now. So Kim Jong-un, my boyfriend, to be supreme leader of North Korea on January 1st of 2019. Yes.
Yes.
12 to yes is 1 to 12, so you have to bet $1,200 to win $100. No is 6 to 1. So if Korea can reunify before January 1st of next year, and he's no longer supreme leader, or he agrees to resign as part of these talks, that's 6 to 1.
I don't know.
Donald Trump is the Republican nominee in 2020 is minus 230. So, you would think he's going to run again, but.
No, he could run. He could probably have to run in a general. It's possible because there's Republicans that don't like him.
Yeah, but are they going to?
It's starting to. I don't know. Republicans are starting to warm up to him. So
that
regular ass Republicans are warming up to him. So
they met Delaware.
What about Delaware?
To win.
What? You're breaking up. It was going great for about 35 minutes. And then this happens again.
Yeah.
So I blame the pizza. We're going to try that again.
Joe Biden.
What? Wow.
Biden.
All I got was Biden out of that. I didn't even get the B in Biden out of that one. You want to try that again? I don't know. You're still talking, but I hear nothing.
Take a Biden out of crime.
Take a Biden out of crime.
Okay. See. Now we're working. This is bullshit. Pocahontas 10 to 1.
Pocahontas 10 to 1. That's probably worth a bet. As president or as a nominee?
As the nominee. Crazy Uncle Bernie 7.5 to 1 to be the nominee.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, currently the favorite at 4.5 to 1.
Kamala Harris. Who's that other guy that I had never heard of until the Trump came around and they were talking about, we're going to make him the nominee. I think it's a black guy. What was it?
The media kind of.
Vote. Whoa. Cutting out again. And he wants me to move to Delaware where I can have wonderful internet access like this.
Under socialism.
Poor Miller. Miller, you're dying out there.
I'm dying. Oh no,
I'm dying out there. Gee, I hope your stand-up doesn't go this great.
Ooh, shit.
Wow.
I've been told.
If
you're so great, why aren't you famous?
I think stand-up Jesus is fucking with your internet connection. This is his revenge for making fun of him. open mic night, Jesus.
You
Yeah. Rip in peace, Miller's internet connection. We probably have to wrap this up, maybe. Do an early show. Yeah.
Something back to the.
Why don't you just type it out and I'll read it? I think that's how we'll do the show from here on out. Let's wait for him to get back, and then we'll just have to wrap this up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
So, quickly, what are your picks? And where can they get aprons?
Take now that
Whoa.
take the.
Spoke too soon. Man, are you sure your sumo isn't out there watching Netflix right now? I think that's what's going on. Is he watching the new episode
Anything out of
it? Is there a new season of Orange is the New Black? Is that what gay people watch these days?
No, we will gay.
Yeah.
Food Network.
The Gay Food Network. I think that's what.
Sexuality.
I think.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get your internet connection to work for 5 seconds so you can plug all your things again before we wrap this up.
Am I working now?
Yes.
Okay. Plug all my things. Sumosexual on Twitter, apronsarenotacrime.com, Monumental Waste of Time on wherever good podcasts are sold. Me with Karen from Philly, Passive Aggressive Hour, and In Your Heart with Love. And I send love to everybody listening to this. And don't be a dick.
No, be a dick. Be a dick.
And eat good pizza. Make sure you eat good pizza all the days of your life.
Yeah. Try to find some if you're in Delaware. If you know of a good place in Delaware, hit up my boy Sumosexual on Twitter.
Yeah, and shouts to the fat girl who works at the Papa John's here. The pizza's not great, but her smile melts my heart every time I go in there. I love her. Yeah, she makes me smile. She's like an old school Ricky Lake.
All right. I don't know. I think she got fat again.
Oh, that's good.
Bless her grind.
Bless her grinders.
All right, man. Sorry this couldn't work out. We'll try again for next week. We'll try to
Yeah, word.
get your internet sorted out.
I'll be around, and I have a plan too.
We'll call Jordan Peterson and tell him to sort your internet out.
We'll get 12 steps to an internet free of chaos.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, word. Yeah, pimp it easy. Later.